Hi guys, how's it going? My name is Evan, one of your mods from the Little Root Lessons Discord, and I'm back with our Week 2 highlight show of our Little Root Lessons Draft League. I went on stream with my fellow mod Jiggly, and I think we talked a little bit too much, so this Week 2 show is way longer than the Week 1 show. So feel free to play the video back at x2 speed, or use the timestamps below to skip to the parts where you're interested in. Going forward, I'm looking to improve on the show, so if you have any feedback, do feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. So that's about it, and enjoy the show. See you next week. Thanks a lot for watching. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to our I'll call this the highlight show for week 2 of Draft League. And here with me this week we have a special guest. We have Jiggly, one of our mods, who is actually laughing in the background.
I am very special, thank you.
Nice. Yay! Hi everyone.
Nice.
Logan. Thanks for joining in tonight. As you can see, like, my room is so bright because it's daytime here. Okay, so let's jump right into it and go through the matches in the SWOT group, the first group. So what I'm gonna do is
I'm sorry.
Your mic is garbage.
I'm also talking like a gremlin, so like, you know.
I hope everybody can hear Jiggly just fine. Yeah. It should, yeah, your Jigglypuff, your profile pic should light up when you speak.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go through, because each group has 6 matches. Then I'll go through 4 matches quickly. Then we'll talk about 2 matches in depth. So let's start with okay, my screen's gonna skip a bit. Okay, so we're gonna start with Cooper versus Spencer. The match was fresh. It was just played, I think, an hour or 2 ago, and
Yes.
and Spencer did a good job. Like, Mewtwo managed to win Zacian, and I don't really know how. All I know is that he led Mewtwo and Tapu Lele for both games.
Oh, okay. I mean, Mono Psychic teams. Oh wait, that's my group. My bad.
Yeah, we're in Cooper versus Spencer.
Yeah, I think he'd have to lean on the Arcanine a lot to get around Zacian, right?
Maybe, but
See,
and I also know
seems like
Cooper led with Kingdra and Politoed. So
that's fair.
it seems that the Mewtwo and the Lele were bulky enough to overcome this. Yeah. So that's quite impressive. Because he managed to win 2-0. Yeah. Without dropping a game, right? He managed to win without dropping a game. So there's no VOD, so we won't know what happened. But 2-0 is a good win. Then the next match is Carter versus Matthew. Hopefully Jiggly and I will commentate on this match, because that's what Carter wanted us to do. But here we see Yveltal.
Yeah, so we'll go with that more in depth later.
Yeah.
But like, also Bacon Bird up.
Yeah, Bacon Bird is too OP, right? And it's also interesting that Matthew was able to take a win from Carter. I believe like Matthew might have went Trick Room and then did well over there because he had an Escavalier, right? And
yeah, Trick Room would have been really good against Carter's team. The thing is, if you can get around Escavalier, then Registeel is probably really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, so congrats to Carter for going 2-0. Then
2-1.
The next match I mean 2-0 in overall, right? 2 wins. Winning 2 weeks. Yeah. Okay, the next match is
as is expected of the Bacon Bird.
Yeah. Crazy. Later we will show you stats of the Pokemon brought into battle, and you can see that Bacon Bird is really helping their teams to win.
Yeah.
So the next match here is Paris versus Neil, and interesting. And Paris, I think he did something smart. He did not bring his restricted mon, which is Xerneas, against a Solgaleo.
Yeah, that's
So he
yeah,
went.
that's very smart against this
Seems like he went
Galio.
with his Sun mode, but seems like it's still not enough, and Solgaleo was able to take the win. Probably,
Yeah.
with the help of Melstick's screens.
Yeah, that's the thing with some of these matchups. It's like if your restricted mon is in like a bad spot, like you can just not bring it, but then it's like your opponent has one and you don't, so you're kind of between a rock and a hard place there.
Yep, that's true. So I think it would be a tough matchup for Paris because Neil prepared both Solgaleo and Rhyperior, so that's quite a good counter to
Yeah.
Charizard and even Gyarados. So congrats to Neil. And then the next one will be Freak versus Sync. This is quite an even matchup, I think. Calyrex versus Kyurem White. And I think Sync has very good experience with Kyurem. He's been using it since like back in the days where we tried GS Cup. Then I believe he did something with Comfy Kyurem, and then Kyurem just went broke.
Yo, weakness policy cure him.
That's crazy.
Sounds so good.
And it's so strong, Kyurem has like I think 170 or
Yeah, it's
somewhere
170 base special
base
attack.
special.
That's insane with a weakness policy.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, the
It's-
thing with this matchup would be like getting around the Calyrex Shadow because that thing is fast, but I guess like Crocodile would be pretty good for that.
true. Yeah, and then
Not sure if it gets Sucker Punch off the top of my head, but you know.
I'm also not sure, but somehow the Kyurem team managed to win. But it's also impressive that Freak took one game off of Sync. So maybe Calyrex or Charizard did put in a lot of work there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Sun Charizard with Whimsicott seems good, man.
Yeah. And how is he able to do super effective damage to Kyurem actually?
Charizard gets Dragon Move.
Oh yeah, okay.
That works.
But yeah, then Calyrex cannot even
Oh.
do super effective. Yeah, I'm not sure though.
Yeah.
So probably
Well-
Charizard helped a lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure what coverage Calyrex gets against it off the top of my head, but
I think I'm pretty sure that it doesn't get any super effective moves for Kyurem, so
yeah, I doubt
that's
it.
quite tricky. Okay, so right now,
Grass for Lapras though, which is interesting.
yeah.
I can't remember if it's physical or special.
Okay, so for the two matches that we want to cover in depth for the SWOT group, we have the first match played for the whole of week 2, Adam versus Baodet, and it really went down to the wire. So it was a very exciting match. Now I'm not sure if my laptop can show the VODs, but like you can see that Adam brought Guzzlord, and he likes Guzzlord a lot, and he has a cool strategy around it. So we saw it put into, I wouldn't say it's like good effect, but like it did do some work. But then however, Baodet really came with a lot of good prep. If Tim is in chat, I think Tim should know. Tim is the coach.
Tim is the best coach.
Yeah, Tim for coach.
But yeah, like I haven't looked that much into Guzzlord, but it seems interesting. It's like it's got like a really weird, like very high HP stat. And I think it's got decent special attack too, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah, it
It seems
does.
like an alright max target.
Yeah, and so what he did was the Guzzlord was weakness policy. Then Torracat actually has U-turn to proc that weakness policy. So that caught
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
that caught,
Torracat is such a great one. I love that thing.
yeah. For two of his matches, during stream, because I watched it live, Adam kept saying that Torracat's not doing anything, but and Adam, if you are hearing this, I felt that your Torracat really helped a lot, because his Torracat was able to outspeed the opposing Gudra and go for parting shot, and then Yeah, he could always have fake out pressure when it comes back, so it's helpful in the end game.
Yeah, it's such a good pivot, and especially with Intimidate and Parting Shot and U-Turn, it's just very good at just slowing down your opponent's team.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot squishier than like in Cineroar, obviously, but it does what it does very well.
Yeah, that's correct. And then the one surprising thing that Baodet brought was his Calyrex Ice set, and that deserves a lot of mention. The Calyrex Ice set, wait for it, it's Leech Seed, Iron Defense, Protect, then
Oh god.
guess what's the last move? Like, it's well known for Glacial Lens, right? But he didn't bring Glacial Lens. So the last move on Calyrex is Body Press.
Yes. Haha, yes.
Isn't that cool?
That's so great. Didn't you use a similar set against Kariba with Slowking in the last draft we did?
Yep, I think I did. Yeah, I went for Iron Defense and Body Press, yeah. But Slowking didn't have Leech Seed. But
yeah,
so giving Calyrex the Leech Seed, like, essentially makes it into a Ferrothorn.
Yeah.
And
that's
yeah,
that's so great.
and
like only in draft.
Everyone was just going on about it in chat, so that was a very interesting thing from Baodet. And then I would say that it helped him with the game 3 win. I'm gonna try and see if I can pull it up, because there was a turn that was very important. Let me see if I can add this replay. But if it doesn't work, I think I'll encourage you guys in chat to go and watch the replays on Adam's Twitch channel. Yeah, so here it is. Man, I hope it doesn't lag so much.
Alright. We're holding. Alright.
Nice. Okay, I'll just put it like this.
Nice.
Then and I'm gonna skip to my Chrome. Let's see if I can find the correct spot. Okay, there it is. Okay. Why? Okay. Yeah, look at that.
That's good.
The Calyrex went for Iron Defense in front of the Guzzlord. Because, Guzzlord was forced to go for Max Darkness. Oh yeah, he went for Max Darkness into, I think it's a Rotom that switched into the Grimmsnarl. Then this is the turn that's very important, because usually you have to attack the Calyrex to stop Trick Room, right? If not, Calyrex will go bro. You see, he reviews the leftovers, which is so questionable already. Why would you give Calyrex leftovers? So, and basically it's the Ferrothorn set, right? So on this turn, Grimmsnarl never revealed Fake Out in games 1 and 2, and Adam was forced to, take out the Calyrex. If not, like, Trick Room will go up and the Calyrex can steal Dynamax, I think.
Yeah.
So, let's see if this turn. Yeah, okay, we have about 20 seconds left for Adam to make his move. Then, at the beginning of the game, like, he had Rotom and Grimmsnarl going for Light Screen and Eerie Impulse to just slow down that Guzzlord. So on this turn, so Katana didn't protect, so Grimmsnarl went for Fake Out, and then Calyrex went for Body Press, and then that's all. Then Katana just went down like that. So that was very game changing, and it helped Baodet win the third game. Yeah, that's quite cool.
Nice.
Alright, so if you guys want to look find out more, then watch the replay from Adam. I believe Adam will also be posting his match onto YouTube. Okay, so now let's move on to
Sounds like a cool match.
the last match from SWAT group.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have the replay because Pokert from the Matsumoto Primarina hasn't uploaded his video yet. So, but then
Ah,
it's also a 2-1.
alright.
It's also a 2-1 victory, so I think it's interesting to talk about it.
Yeah.
And it seems like an even matchup, right?
Yeah, it's like Necrozma Dusk versus Palkia. There's no like really. I feel like that's goes pretty even, right? There isn't really a clear winner in that one.
Yeah. Then at the same time, like
Like,
their G maxes
Well, maybe
are also.
Palkia gets root power or something, and that helps with the matchup.
I think it does. But the thing is, I would expect Palkia to, if it Dynamaxes, to go for Max Worm Win instead, because Necrozma is a physical attacker. But
Yeah,
then,
and carry the weakness policy, right?
Yep. And instead of the restricted mons, we can also talk about their Gmax mon choices, who are very possible Dynamax candidates as well.
Yeah, like Cinderace and Colossal both could do like a lot of work. I do think like Colossal is a little scary into Palkia in this case, because like Master Colossal into that is just taking a big water hit will kill it.
Yeah. So I wonder how Pokert actually managed to win.
Ain't no problem, buddy. You could give us some insight on the matchup if you want.
Is Pokert here? Upload
yeah,
faster
he's here.
this time. No worries. Because I will put all our matches into a playlist so we can always watch them back next time. So how do you win game 3? If you are here, maybe you can tell us about it.
I will say, like, the Choice Scarf Butterfree is looking pretty nice here from Pokert's side. Like,
that's true.
Flying Skull doesn't have a lot to deal with fast sleep.
Yeah, and like when Hitmontop comes onto the field, then even Weavile can pick out that Hitmontop, right? Wow, they never max Palkia against Necrozma, but I had Breaking Swipe to KO.
Wait, is that from Necrozma Dust? Does that get Breaking Swipe?
Who gets Breaking Swipe? I didn't know that.
Yo, I love it. Butterfree is dope.
Yeah, that's true. Does Necrozma get Breaking Swipe? I'm gonna check it out.
Hang on, I'm gonna Google it right quick.
Yeah. But wow.
Breaking Swipe.
You never max Palkia against Necrozma. Oh,
yep,
damn! Swipe. This means like, if you get the weakness policy on Necrozma, then he can easily go for a +2 max worm win into Palkia.
Yep.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so I can't wait to watch the replay of that match. And congrats to Pokert for winning your week 2 match. And that also pushes Pokert to a 2-0 lead. And I believe here we are seeing Pokert and Spencer and Carter, who are 2-0 in their group right now, as you can see on my screen. Yep. So congrats to the 3 of you, and I believe you guys have a very high chance to get into our top cut, because we are allowing top 7 from each group to go through. So good job, and we'll see.
Redirection trick, remembering from Poker. Yeah, that's fair.
I will set up the Necrozma weakness policy. Wow, that's a good idea. Yeah, and it really seems like Flying Skull's team don't work as well in Trick Room, because the Necrozma is slower than Palkia naturally. So there might be a bit of mind games, like maybe does Palkia need to reverse the Trick Room or not. So
yeah.
But then if the Trick Room is up, I think Poker will always have the upper hand, right? Yeah, especially with Primarina being super effective to Cinderace and Hydreigon.
Yeah, I think he can bulldoze with Bronzong too for slow mode Colossal, right?
That's true.
Although, yeah, weakness policy was on Necrozma probably.
That's interesting. It's very similar to my match. Maybe I can talk more about it later, because this week I also faced a team with Necrozma Dusk together with Colossal on the same team. Okay, so that's all for the SWAT group. Congrats to Pokert, Spencer, and Carter. So, next up, we're going to cover the Shield group. I'm going to talk about the 4 matches that we don't want to cover in depth. Then we'll talk about the match that then we'll also talk about the 2 matches that we want to cover in depth. Sorry, I'm a bit tongue-tied.
Yes.
Okay, the first match will be Stevie D versus Baptiste. Baptiste streamed on Twitch, and I watched it live.
Yeah, I think I tuned in for a little bit of this matchup, but I don't think I saw the whole thing through.
So I think basically, Baptiste tried to set up Trick Room with Jellison, if I'm not wrong, and then try and get Marowak to come in and sweep from there, because Marowak had the coverage for Ho-Oh with rock moves for Rillaboom and for Terrakion. However, Stevie D was actually prepared for Trick Room because he brought Slowking, and Slowking was able to move first and KO like Calyrex and even do good damage to Marowak because Slowking has foul play.
Yeah, that would be painful for the Marowak,
Yeah.
especially when I think the item stacks attack, or the item stacking its attack counts for foul play, right?
I'm not sure actually, but if it does, then that's very scary, right? Cause
Yeah, that's a ton of damage.
that's true. The thick club. So
Yes.
and also one very good prep that came from Stevie D was that his Rillaboom, I believe it's Iron Ball. So
Yeah, so you
Baptiste,
can.
yeah, Baptiste led with Indeedee and Trick Room Setter. I forgot whether it was Jellison or Calyrex. Then the Indeedee got faked out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're worried about fake out, then you'll bring Jellison to try to avoid that.
Oh yeah, that's true. So, and also one more thing is that Stevie D brought a Slurpuff with Grassy Seed, and that made the Slurpuff so bulky that it was able to survive a move from Calyrex and then go for Charm to slow it down.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I noticed in that match. Like, Trick Room was up and the Slurpuff was going last because of Unburden, but
Yep.
it still was able to survive and get the Charm off on Calyrex size, which is massive.
Yeah, so overall, I'd say it's very good prep from Stevie, and congrats to you. So next up, I'm going to cover the 2 down. Jiggly
Yes,
versus...
because we'll go over mine in detail.
Yeah. I don't think there's a vote for this match, but we are seeing... Oh, and Lim's team is just interesting, right? It's like a mono psychic team.
Yes, it's great. I love this team.
Oh, I did something wrong. So yeah, he actually brought Stakataka to go Trick Room and try and try and make sure he moves first, because Zacian is so fast and powerful, right?
Stop saying he brought Stack Attacker, right?
I changed it because I made a mistake. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I selected Hatterene, because I believe I asked him which mons he brought, but he didn't say Hatterene. Yeah, I was a bit surprised by that, because like if he brings Hatterene, I think he can try and get some Gmax Smite off to push the odds towards his favor.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not sure if Barry does a ton here when he has Stack, right? Because like body press into Obstagoon is better anyways, and the only other thing Fairy hits is hit on top.
Oh, that's true. And
He
also,
just wants to burst through his team.
yeah, and also Zacian can just Behemoth blade all the fairy mons, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm wondering how he got through Primarina. Maybe just like Leaf Blade from Gallade.
Maybe. And I think Calyrex Shadow gets access to Energy Ball as well.
Yeah, but
however,
Primarina's special defense is pretty big.
True, yeah. And however, I feel like the Mon to beat will definitely be Zacian.
Yeah.
Because Zacian, with the steel typing, it resists psychic moves. And he even resists, he even takes neutral from fighting moves.
Yeah, it's
I think you really
very.
need like Stakataka to go for Max Quake, or maybe Slowbro with Flamethrower. I know Slowbro gets access to fire moves.
Yeah, that sounds like all he can really do with
Yeah,
this.
so I think without any step moves for Zacian, I think it's a difficult matchup. So Jaypuchi was able to get the win.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe maybe Jaypuchi brought Uxie just to imprison the trick room, so that's a bit tough for.
Yeah,
Jaypuchi.
that makes that matchup a little bit tough. Uxie is actually an interesting one because it went in all 4 different divisions. From
Yeah,
the
everybody managed to pick it, right? I believe
Yeah.
they found value in Uxie being in B tier. I believe it was in B tier.
Yeah, I
it's
mean
so
it is a
low down.
really bulky setter.
Yeah, so we can see Uxie putting it work for Jaypuchi this week.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to this match. Cyanide versus Polar Grief, and there's no VOD, but what I found interesting is Polar Grief didn't bring Xerneas as well. So
Yeah.
this week we are seeing the Xerneas players not bringing Xerneas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean,
props to him because he was able to win the match. I believe you just go Charizard, Whimsicott, and he seems very strong.
yeah.
Then
Although, yeah, you only have 5 months highlighted for what Polygraph brought. The
that's
last one is?
no, that's good. That's good of you to point that out. I asked him, why do you only send me 5 months? Then he said, I didn't have time to prep more. Because do you remember in the first week he didn't have time to play, right? So,
Yeah.
So this week he brought just 5 months to the match.
Interesting. All right.
Mind blown, yeah. So for both matches, he brought the first 4. He didn't bring Virizion. So maybe Virizion is just to scare the opponent with the beat-up strategy. But that's very impressive.
A lot of the time, like for my first match, for example, sometimes I feel like with like draft matches, you really just want to find like 4 mons that really take apart your opponent's team. So that's not awful. It's just not bringing that 6th mon does like sort of mitigate the amount of mind games you can play, I guess.
That's a very good point. Yeah, I think creating the core of 4 is quite important in draft. Yeah. So congrats to Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. I was gonna say like not bringing Xerneas is like a little strange here, honestly, because I don't see a lot on Cyanide's team that Xerneas is particularly bad against, right?
Yeah, that's true. So
like aside from Kaparaja?
I have a silly guess, and I guess that he's still hunting for Xerneas in the Dynamax Adventures.
That might be.
I'm not sure, that's quite unfortunate, but like props to him for pulling off the win.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the screen you can see that Captain Unova he dropped from our tournament because he had personal issues and time constraints. Excuse me. So Howard gets the win. Then
I think he said he's like moving into a new house or something. So I imagine his life's just pretty hectic for now.
Yeah. So let's move on to the matches that we want to cover. So why don't we talk about your match now?
Alrighty.
And also like it's notable that every match went 2-0 and only your match got to a game 3. Alright, let's hear it.
So fun little thing. You know that one I went into my first match and I was leading like my team was pretty straightforward. Like, what I had to do against his team was basically his team is very supporty, right?
Yeah, and it's very
like,
bulky.
it's very bulky. Basically, what I have to do against this team is I need a way around Zygarde and I need a way around Lapras and just get around his support, which is a lot of it's like speed control and a little bit of intimidate
Okay.
and Blaziken, but like Yveltal just blows that up, so I wasn't that concerned about it.
Oh wait, he brought
So-
Blaziken in. He did. Oh, he did, but he didn't bring Blaziken into the match.
No, he didn't.
I see.
So, first game I led Yveltal Comfey against, he had Rabombi and Lapras.
Wow.
And this man just speed swaps Lapras
Yeah.
and crits my one-shots it. So that's how I lost first round.
Oh. Was it a Dynamax Yveltal?
Tragic. Yeah, Dynamax Lapras.
Wow, that's a. I mean, the Yveltal, was it Dynamax?
Yeah.
Oh dear, I can't believe a Lapras can one-shot an Yveltal, even at Dynamax.
Crit? Yeah.
Interesting, okay. Oh dear.
Absolutely tragic.
Yeah, rip.
So the next two games, like I was talking about having like the Core 4 earlier, and like we were testing this out in like prep.
Okay.
But I was running a Yveltal Raikou with Snarls to try to mitigate Lapras damage until like endgame, where I used Cofagrigus and Tyranitar with Ice Punch to get around Zygarde.
I see. That's where your ice coverage is.
Yeah, so that's how I took the next two rounds. The problem with that is if he leads Zygarde into me, but that's a little risky from his team.
Maybe, yeah. Because Zygarde wouldn't take hits well from a +2 Yveltal, right?
Yeah, well, I'd have to give up weakness policy doing that.
I see. So leading Lapras was like I think it was his safe lead against you, right?
Yeah.
But it was impressive that you were able to even go through Lapras's Aurora Veil. Like you really need to pack a lot of power just to.
Yeah, the thing is, I could just ignore the Lapras while snarling it down, while Yveltal could take out like a lot of the support, like Rabombi and Rillaboom.
Oh, true. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, he would need like Lapras to snarl Yveltal, right?
Yeah, from Arcanine, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think Max Dark from Max Yveltal still just takes it out pretty easily, and I get the outspeed.
Oh, I see. Nice.
Yeah.
But isn't Ribombee faster than Raikou? Or did he not lead?
Yeah, it is. Without the crit, he doesn't one-shot the Yveltal though, so I can just take the ice and then snarl him. And I had a Assault Vest on Raikou, I think.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, good job on that win. And yeah, once again, we see Yveltal winning.
Yveltal
yeah,
bacon bird.
Crazy. So the last match in Shield group that we want to cover is H Christ versus EB95. EB is Eric is a how do I say it? Like he's been in our Discord for very, very long. And
Yeah.
And he came with a very interesting Eternatus team. I asked him which mons he brought. Oh wait, why are there 6, right? Okay. I asked him which mons he brought, and then he told me like the TLDR is the Eternatus was too bulky to take down. Like he fell in love with his Eternatus set. So I believe it's
Interesting.
Cosmic Power, Recover. I don't know whether there's Protect, and then the last move will be Toxic. So everybody on the opposing,
That's set up.
yeah, that's crazy because that makes Eternatus already has very impressive bulk because like the game tries to balance it because you can't Dynamax Eternatus, right? So why not give it so much bulk? Yeah, that is quite impossible to take down. And it doesn't have a 4 times resist. So, and at the same time, H Christ, like the Kyogre team, didn't have step super effective moves onto Eternatus. Like Ice Beam from Kyogre won't be doing as much as you want it to. And yeah, maybe Duraludon can go for max won't win, but I think he managed to make Eternatus super bulky.
Yeah, you could have like, I mean, maybe like if you have fake tears on the life art.
Oh, true.
But you know, depends on how far each Chris got with his prep with that one. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's a common set that you'd want to worry about.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so maybe that caught him off
Like,
guard.
yeah, if he was expecting it, like he could have been running like Taunt Liepard or something.
True. And at the same time, like, he also had Urshifu. So yeah, then maybe Eric did well to remove the big threats, especially Urshifu and Kyogre. Then maybe he was just able to stall out the game successfully. So I think Carter and Carl will be commentating over this match, and it might go up on Little Root Lessons YouTube channel. So in the future, if anyone is watching this, you can go back to our VODs and watch Eric's match versus H Christ. So that's all from your group, from Shield Group.
It's all from Shield.
Summary: congratulations to Eric, Stevie, and you for
Thank
getting
you.
2-0 because each group will have 3 players who are able to go 2-0.
Yeah.
Nice.
And for next round, it's 2 players or 1 player, depending on like who gets the drop matchup.
Yep. Wow, look at this. What's wrong with I don't know whether this was by luck or not. Can you see like everybody in this column, the C, E, and F, they got 2-0. So if you scroll up, it's like 2-0, then the next group 2-0.
Interesting.
Oh no, Zeno broke the pattern. Okay, so let's talk about.
You messed up.
Let's talk about the crown group now. Okay, I'm gonna cover Sweet's match more in depth. So let's first talk about
yours, right? Let's cover yours and.
But I can talk about it later then. Okay, first let's talk about Zeno versus Les.
Alright.
Okay, here's Yveltal again, taking a win. So
yeah, Zeno was hyped about this matchup for getting revenge for Pokepod Cup, right?
Yeah, because this is the rematch of the 2 finalists in our Pokepod Cup. Yeah, that's true. I believe Les actually fought very hard, but
I'm sure he did.
Overall, like I would summarize that Yveltal's bulk came in clutch. Yeah, so that's what I feel happened here.
I mean, you've used Retroram in some of the Little Root Rumbles, right? How do you feel about Retroram in this matchup?
Good question. I think like if the opponent doesn't have reliable ways to set up a weakness policy, then Reshiram is bulky enough because it has very few weaknesses. But after that, like after all, Reshiram is still pretty slow. So based on how we are seeing the results of this match, I feel that like the Reshiram couldn't handle the damage taken, and in return it couldn't do enough damage to the opponent. So it felt I feel that that's where it might lack in this matchup.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's
quite
fair.
Sad. And even with Grimmsnarl's screens, like Reshiram is in that very weird speed tier that is not that fast and not that slow. Then
it's
the power coming from
like 90, which is similar to others. I might be wrong.
Like
no,
who?
I'm not.
Who are you?
Yeah, it's 90, which isn't that far off from other legendaries.
Yeah,
like I think
it's
that's
like Porygon
status
Z. Oh, that's true, yeah. But the thing is, like, Groudon and Kyogre have better bulk and I would say offense than Reshiram. Yeah.
That's fair.
Then from what I heard from Zeno, I didn't cause he texted me the replay, cause he didn't make a recording. So from what I heard is that like Les tried to do something fancy with Ditto and seems like it didn't really work out. Yeah, he
Copy
tried.
the battle.
Yes, he managed to copy the Ivalta in one game.
Nice.
So I'm very curious to see how it turned out, but too bad we don't have a VOD.
I think it's interesting from Lazo's team that we're seeing like the double water type coming here.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, that's interesting. But then from what I read, Cinderace was able to come in the back and clean up the end game. So I think maybe that's due to some
Especially
good prep from
You might be
Zeno.
wanting to lean on Corviknight here for your endgame.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, that's all. Congrats to Zeno for this win.
Yeah.
He's definitely very happy about it. Yeah. Then I'm gonna talk about my matchup now. And it's so interesting because it's a showdown of the Lions. You have the OG Solgaleo versus Necrozma. And he also prepared the Colossal, which I think is very good prep on his end because he really needs a way to try and take out the Solgaleo as fast as possible. However, I prepared Weezing to stop all abilities so that I will always have the speed control over the Colossal. Then he surprised me with a game 1 Scarf Drapion with Xurkitree lead. Then what the Scarf Drapion can do is that it can spam knockoff and it's faster than all my mons, even Latios. Then Xurkitree actually carried Dazzling Gleam and I let Latios into this and I switched out Latios, so I didn't expect that Dazzling Gleam, but it was lucky that I switched out. But in the end, he just took 2 KOs very easily and I was left with just Solgaleo and Latios. So I think it's a stroke of luck. He knocked off into Solgaleo, maybe not knowing that it procs my weakness policy. Then my Latios KO'd the Xurkitree and then the Solgaleo just swept from there because he had Necrozma and Colossal who are slower in the back and my Necrozma is already at +2. Then in game 3, he led with Sneasel and Colossal, so that's how he adjusted. But I led the same, I led Latios. Then I switched my Luxray into Weezing to stop the abilities, right? So he went for Surf, he proc the weakness policy, and then my Latios went for Max Geyser to KO the Colossal. Then it went downhill from there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think like the knockoff weakness policy interaction is weird because like I mess around with Key Berry a lot, and I think that was adjusted so that the Key Berry doesn't proc if you use knockoff on it.
Wow, that's
So
interesting.
that's like a weird interaction.
Yeah, especially with the weakness policy. So I think this is something that's good to let everybody know. Like if you try to knock off a weakness policy, the weakness policy actually activates. Actually, the same goes for Focus Sash, you know. So if you were to knock
For what?
Focus Sash.
Oh,
Yeah. So if you were to knock off a mon, like let's say Drapion goes for knockoff into Alolan Raichu, then the Alolan Raichu will survive with the Focus Sash
Alright.
and get to move. So I think that's good to
That's
know.
interesting. Maybe it's just Keyberry, or maybe like Showdown's wrong about that. I don't know.
Not sure. Like I think we will have to test it out. Yeah, if you want to
Yeah.
find out. Okay, so that's all for my match. Next up is Shadow Giraffe versus Jinja Greninja, and we don't have a replay, but we are seeing the Calyrex Shadow overpowering the Dialga team. And interestingly enough, Jinja brought the Shelder.
That got drafted?
Yeah, he on the day of draft he was he couldn't get Cloyster. I think he got sniped. So he went with the Shelder because
Tragic.
yeah, like he wanted to help activate Mudsdale's stamina ability with multi-hit moves.
Ah,
But I guess it didn't really
alright.
work out for him.
Yeah, like you would usually go for like a beat up or something with that, or like try going for own tempo and swagger, right?
Yeah. So looking at the matchup, I think like it's quite clear that Shadow Giraffe had the, like the better, the better matchup going into this, right? Cause
Yeah, I mean, just looking at like three of his top mons, like Rhyperior is good into Dialga probably, Urshifu Rabbit's pretty good into Dialga probably, Calyrex Shadow is pretty good into Dialga probably.
so like Jinja Greninja is probably pinned because he can't really go fast, and at the same time he can't set up Trick Room because he would be afraid of the Rhyperior. And together
Yeah.
with with good support from Indeedee and Sableye, it seems to be very tough for the Dialga team.
Yeah, really.
So that's a rough matchup, I guess. Then Shadow Giraffe takes the win.
Yeah.
Next up we have, this one, the VOD is with In Space, and In Space
Oh,
posted it on YouTube.
okay.
So if you guys are interested, you can refer to my playlist to watch it. But here we have Kyogre and Lugia. That's quite interesting.
Yep.
And In Space was able to win Penguin. Yeah, our Lord Penguin from Discord.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, I think he managed to win with bulk because Grimmsnarl can set the screens, and then Lugia is actually very difficult to take down.
Yeah, Lugia's known for being like really bulky.
Yeah.
Like, I guess you could even like try to proc policy on it with like Sucker Punch from Grimmsnarl.
Oh, good idea. That's true. Or maybe the Kyogre just went for an ice move, and then he proc the policy for Lugia.
Yeah, that could work
I
too.
could foresee that, yeah. And
But yeah, I can see screens from Grimmsnarl and Lugia just being like ridiculously bulky in this matchup.
Yeah. And even like Bishop, it seems like Bishop wasn't able to take it down as well. Because Bishop would be the only mon in his team with the super effective stat move for Lugia.
I mean, Gengar too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So, yeah, and I found it interesting that just for Kyogre, In Space purposely brought Morpeko.
Yeah, dude. How much damage would that do? Like, Morpiko's damage isn't that bad, is it?
Yeah, it's not that bad. And that Aura Wheel, right? That
Yeah, Aura Wheel
signature
hits
move,
like a truck.
yeah, has 120 base power.
Yeah,
So,
just like Choice Band Morpeko, maybe that one shots Kyogre.
yeah, I would say that's good prep from In Space. Yeah, so congrats to him for winning this week's match. Next up we have Saber versus Rue, our very own Saber. And Saber was able to win without bringing his Palkia, so very, very impressive. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the matchup. I guess he would lean on Mamoswine to take out Zygarde, right?
Yeah, that's what I saw. I saw a Dynamax Mamoswine in his replay.
Ah, yes. Yeah, like, I guess he'd have to carry like Fake Out or something to get around the Clefairy too.
Yeah. So here's a small screen grab. Yeah, so we see the Dynamax Mamoswine in front of a Dynamax Zygarde. So maybe I think it's not that wise to Dynamax Zygarde, but I haven't watched the replay, so I can't really comment on it for now.
I mean, well, maybe not in front of the Mamoswine, but if it survives and gets the Power Construct form off, that can do a lot of damage against a lot of teams.
But I'm just gonna hit play, and I think we see the Wow, okay. Togetic had prepared Yawn for the matchup. And Max Hailstorm's going into Zygarde. Wow, it's a clean one hit KO with all the bulk that Zygarde has. Damn. Alright, so yeah, probably Dynamaxing Zygarde might not be the best idea.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the unfortunate thing about Zygarde. Like, it's very bulky, but only after you get it to have health.
True, and also it has the move coil, so you really need to support it well, like follow me and coil up, so that when you Dynamax,
if you
it'll be very difficult to take down. Sorry, go
like
ahead.
in draft, that can.
Carry on.
Yeah. Sorry, like in draft, you can carry like haze and stuff for it, which kind of mitigates that strategy.
Oh, good point. True. So, yeah, I'll have to watch that replay to find out what actually happened. But congrats to Saber. I think Saber would have prepped very well to not bring Palkia at all. Might be a good move because Zygarde, like if it might have a weakness policy, then Palkia, I'm not sure though.
Yeah,
Very
I
interesting
mean,
that he didn't
and
bring Palkia.
being super effective, it's like you can easily just bring Clefairy beside Zygarde, and it becomes really hard to click that move.
Oh, good point. Yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, that makes sense. So, like, bringing the other mons to help out, like maybe prioritizing Togetic over Palkia was a good move on Saber's part.
Yeah.
Oh, it's also interesting that both teams, on face value, they had a Dragonmon and a Fairymon for redirection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Togetic and Clefairy would be real good.
Yeah.
Like, I find the B tier redirection mons really interesting because like they're both really good for what they do, but at the same time, like I don't know if they deserve both to A tier at all.
Yeah, true. Like Clefairy is A tier, right? Clefairy is stuck at A tier.
Clefairy's S.
Oh my gosh, it's S. Wow.
I think it's S, yeah.
So Togetic was a very good pickup from Saber. Do you know that he picked up Togetic in round 2? So
He picked up Togetic in round 2.
as early as round 2, and I planned to pick Togetic in round 2 as well, and he sniped it from me. Like, because he just two picks before me, then I ended up with Butterfree. Yeah. So
Butterfree's pretty good, man. Schwarzscarf Sleep Powder is pretty nice.
yeah. So I think it might be a blessing in disguise. Okay, the last match from Crown Group will be Sweet's match. Just played 2 days ago, and it was actually a very close match. Although it's over here it says 2-0, right? Red really played quite well, and then it really went down to the wire. So like last 2 months. Then in game 1, it was so exciting because Sweet had to set up Trick Room, you see. Then Red was able to stall out Trick Room, and in the end game, Lapras had the screens up, so it's Lapras versus Crocodile at 1 HP, because Crocodile had the Sash. Then the Crocodile managed to get a double protect to stall out Trick Room, the last turn of Trick Room. Then it went for Stomping Tantrum onto a Lapras with 30% health. I think it was even like 20%, and the Lapras survived. That was so clutch. So Sweet was able to win, and then freeze dry and take out the Crocodile. Then
Play the clip. Do it.
Here it is.
Nice.
Man, I have to resize this again. Will you be able to? Are you seeing my stream as well?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, It's okay. I'll
Like,
keep resizing this as we go. But if any
yeah.
of you are interested in the match, then you can go on to Sweet's Twitch channel and watch the replay. So let me try and estimate. Okay, that's the start of game 2.
No, he has a clip for the game ending in chat. If you want to click that.
Oh, nice. I think I'm here right now, right? Yeah, I think I'm here. It should be the same. Okay, I'll just play the one that I have on screen because it's loaded. So
Alright.
we see the last turn of Veil. Yeah, and this was the end of Trick Room. Sweet's munching on something. So this is the Stomping Tantrum onto Lapras. There, look! And he pops off. Nice. Then, after a very close match, he was able to take game 1. Then I was playing in the Little Rumble, so I didn't see how game 3 went down. Okay, but it seems that with the Alolan Executor, Sweet was able to set up Trick Room because against a Zacian team you definitely need to set up Trick Room. Yeah, and he was able to end the game with Lapras and Calyrex Ice. Both his strong mons that helped him sweep under Trick Room. Nice.
Yeah.
So I think with good prep and good plays, Sweet, congrats to Sweet for winning this week's match. I'm gonna turn this off. Yeah, that's the ending. Nice. Yeah. So I think I played the correct clip. So that's all from the Crown group. If you guys want to catch the matches in action, then I will have a YouTube playlist so you guys can go and refer to that. Then congrats to Sweet and Zeno and me. Looks like, I think all of the mods and hosts are 2-0, right? Going into the week. Carl's also 2-0. Carter is 2-0. Wow, everybody is 2-0. Nice.
Would you be good at the game?
Very good showing. I think all our experience from Draft League,
yeah,
the previous Draft
also
Leagues.
played Draft Leagues before, so
impressive. So let's move on to the last group. We're here at the Armor group. I'm gonna cover Carl's match more in depth. Let's go with Chasing versus.
But just to add, like half the mods and hosts have Bacon Bird too, so that might be
true. It's conspiracy.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah. I haven't played Series 8 and yet I'm 2-0. Well, congrats. Okay, over here, KS, it's a bit salty, so like, my condolences to you, KS Knight Rider, because in game 3, I think he got crit, and that changed his decision making. Yeah, that changed his decision making throughout the game, and then Chasing was able to get the momentum and then move on from there. Chasing brought something interesting. He brought Scarf Ninetales, which is a very good answer to Weavile, and even to Zapdos. Yeah, and especially Calyrex Ice. So KS told me that he, like, instead of taking out the opposing Calyrex Shadow, instead of taking out the opposing Ninetales, he took out the opposing Calyrex Shadow, but then that leaves Ninetales being able to spam Heat Wave after that. So on hindsight, it was better to take out the Ninetales with Max Hailstorm, because it was I think it was chipped low enough. Then the Venusaur in the back won't get that speed boost. Then he could end the game with Weavile and Urshifu.
Yeah.
So that's quite unfortunate.
I'm just looking at Chasing's team and it's just his top 6.
True, yep. Like, very top heavy.
That's just so fun to see.
And like the top 6 already includes Clefairy and Togedemaru, right? Like good support. So essentially, he can just bring these 6 throughout the league.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I haven't
Did you-
mentioned is that this is the showdown of the Calyrex.
Yes.
But I guess
Nah, I didn't.
the upper hand goes to the Shadow Calyrex, because he has a super effective move against the other Calyrex.
Yeah, in a vacuum, but like Sucker Punch though.
True. So I think Clefairy put in a lot of work there. He has to. So yep. I think it's interesting that it went to a game 3. So it seems like a very even matchup, and both parties really prepped well. So let's
Yeah.
move on to. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just get crit, and that's tragic.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, the music, the music synced over there. Like when you say that's tragic, then it dropped. Sounded so
Nice.
sad. So
My type.
I would say like to KS Knight Rider, I think you are definitely still in this, and you are like he has won I think he has got to the finals of another draft league in a community, so I think he has very good experience. So I definitely see him going very far.
Yeah. I mean, all that you lose from losing a match, like one match, is just like your potential to just skip one of the top cut rounds, so it's not a big deal.
True. Alright, next match, Yen versus Bohm. I'll call him Brian because I saw his trainer name. Then last week we saw like Zacian versus Xerneas. I believe we also saw a Solgaleo versus Xerneas, and then here we see it again. And I mean, I don't know why he brought the Xerneas to the matchup though, because like
Oh right, yeah.
yeah,
We
so
saw the last Solgaleo Xerneas matchup, like leaving the Xerneas.
yeah, and I believe like the only way to stop Solgaleo on his team would be Metagross. So his team is not like very prepared to deal with Solgaleo. So I think the matchup is heavily in Yen's favor.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Like, yeah, sometimes it just happens when you put together your draft team and then you totally just forgot about like a specific matchup.
True.
Like me. I don't know how I'm dealing with Kyogre, dude.
That will be future years problem.
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. So I think like Bohm tried to set up Trick Room, but from the replays, because I watched I watched Brian's stream, and yeah, and like the Yen he just Dynamaxed Solgaleo turn 1. He led with Jinx Solgaleo so that he can fake out the Butterfree and take out the Jellison before he set Trick Room.
Yeah, and also you mentioned Metagross being like one of the ways to get around Solgaleo, but like Jinx outspeeds it and can just sweet kiss it.
Yeah, and that's true. And then I think like Solgaleo, if he manages to get the weakness policy up, will also do a lot of damage to Metagross in return. So speed control is very important, and Brian didn't get it, so he didn't manage to set Trick Room like he wanted.
Yeah.
Then on one turn, Brian also Dynamaxed the Dhelmise, and with max attack, typically it kills Solgaleo with a super effective max Ghost, right? But then Solgaleo was able to get the max Steel Spike up, so it didn't do the damage that he wanted. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Like Dhelmise has super effective damage against Solgaleo.
Yeah, like if Brian was really able to get that Trick Room up, I believe he will stand a chance. But yeah, but Yen prepared well to deny the Trick Room.
Yeah. Does Jolson get Haze? That could have been something he could think about.
True. Good idea. I don't remember. It's a
I
ghost
don't remember.
Pokemon though. Ghost and water. Water mons usually get haze.
Yeah. It actually doesn't get haze.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So sad.
That's trash.
Yeah. Okay, so congrats to Yen. And the next match is. Oh, okay, you can talk about this one, right? And we both watched it actually, because Josh
wanna do this?
streamed his match.
Yes.
And yeah, why don't you talk about it?
Later, after we do everything, because we can cover this more in depth, or do we wanna?
I think
Oh,
we can cover it now. Yeah, we can cover it now.
Yeah,
We
because
only
we're
have
waiting on.
yeah, so we only have 3 more matches to cover, and
Yeah, okay.
I don't think it's too late. So it's not too late for you guys. So let's talk about it.
Alrighty, so for Karibo's matchup, I was helping him prep for this one, and I'll be honest, I tilted him so hard trying to prep him for this match
Wow,
because like
was Tornadus Kyogre like too OP?
right because
Sorry, I broke you off there. You might have to repeat that.
Okay. Initially, we thought this would be like a really good matchup for Karibo because Durant and like I was initially prepping him for like Kyogre, Tornadus, and Coronet. I was running weakness policy Armaldo with him on top. I thought that was cute. I really like
Wow.
that.
Ooh.
And like yeah, the rest is we dropped Bopoland for Durant or Hitmontop, but the rest of the team is about the same as what he brought. And I initially it looked like matchups were going like really well for Karibo's side, and then like I started bringing just Tornadus, Kyogre, Durant, and Darmanitan.
Yep.
Like either leading Kyogre or Durant.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's just like just winning every single game against this team from then on.
Oh, because that's a surefire way to stop Trick Room, right? And even break
Yeah.
Lunala's Shadow Shield.
He was running he wasn't running Glastrier, he was running Nidoqueen with Choice Scarf and trying to beat up Rosidian.
Okay.
So that was a little harder to use in the matchup until eventually I did suggest the Trick Room mode, which I think is a lot better against this because he has a lot of fast mons.
Yeah. So I think one way for him to guarantee that Trick Room is to lead the Grimmsnarl and then get the fake out correct.
Yeah, it's Snarl and Lunala.
Yeah,
and
that's because Lunala will survive any move with that Shadow Shield, right?
Yeah, Lunala was actually carrying the
Mental Heart.
Mental Herb, yeah.
I remember
So
watching that first turn, and then we saw Durant just going for that raw hustle boosted Max Darkness. Then,
yeah, I was carrying Shadow and it wasn't doing nearly as much damage as that Darkness did.
Oh. I don't know. But we were so lucky that Lunala survived.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Kuribo's heart almost dropped there. I saw the damage, I saw the HP bar move so fast. And I was quite confident that Lunala would survive by myself.
Yeah.
So thankfully it survived. And with Trick Room out, then he was able to sweep.
Yeah, Luxray was really key for Karibo in this matchup because with Fire Fang it hits pretty much everything. Lemon wants to bring here.
Man,
except for Buffalo. I don't know what that was doing.
Yeah, but it was quite interesting because he maxed Buffalon, right? Under Trick Room.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that makes sense. Like, it's slower than Luxray and not Glastrier, but
I see.
Yeah.
But I think, Lemon, like, I don't know, he didn't make good choices because I saw that his Buffalon go for Max Strike when Milotic was on the field. So, that didn't take out the Milotic and he boosted Milotic's damage output.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, Durant as a max and I guess in this case, Boofland as a max
Yeah.
is really hard for against melodic because you can just end up giving it boosts with your stabs pretty easily.
Yeah.
Maybe not your stab with Durant, but you want to be using like Darkness and Shadow Claw.
Yeah. Last time in back in series 3 and series 5, like the formats without restricted or legendary mons, then people usually lead with Dusclops and Milotic, telling the opponent that if you go for max darkness or max ghost, then you will activate Milotic's competitive, right? So do you
Yeah,
even want to risk that to try and stop Trick
yeah,
Room?
getting a few boosts on melodic is terrifying.
Yeah. So that's about it. It was a clean 2-0 from Kuribo. Good showing
Yep.
from our previous Draft League champion. So next up will be Tim. Yeah, I'll cover Carl's match the last. So we have Tim versus Chris. It shows 0 and 1 for Chris because he had a bye um, last round. Because the armor group had 13 players, so it's an odd number. So one person
Yeah, so they didn't buy this week.
Yeah, but it was a very close match from both of them. And we are seeing Tim very smartly putting Zamazenta on the bench because it stands no chance.
Yeah, I got Groudon and Cinderace,
Yeah, what?
and even Regieleki's a pain with that, right?
Yeah, so sad. No chance at all. But kudos to Tim for pulling off the win. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
And I did have some part in this because I told him like he knew he had to bring the Neuven, so that's very good prep. But I told him that as long as you get Tailwind. Yeah, we're talking about Tailwind now instead of Trick Room.
Yeah.
As long as you get the Tailwind up, then you are golden. Like, make sure you use that 3 turns wisely and then win the game from there. Because you can only get Trick Room up once, and that's basically what he did. Because the Damanitan and Porygon are extremely good damage dealers, right? So having
Yeah.
having Trick Room up successfully, then bringing these two powerhouses in the back, uh, it helped him win the game.
Yeah, although I am wondering about like Regieleki with Electro Web.
Yeah,
trying to
that's
get
true.
around.
So the thing is like, in turn 1, if you can only get off 1 Electro Web, because what you're doing is you're dropping the stats of the mons in front of you, but what about the mons in the back after Tailwind is set up? So I think
Yeah, that's
so maybe like preserving that Regieleki in the back would have helped Chris more. I'm gonna toggle to Tim's match. Yeah, this is Tim's point of view. Then I'll have
Waiter
to...
of Northern.
Wait.
Oh,
Why are we...
prevent the stat drop. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, you saw that? That's super interesting. Oh no. The auto replay in YouTube. Screwing me over. Okay. I'll just pause it here and adjust the size. Oh no. But it really came down to the wire for all 3 matches. Oh no, I just realized that I have to keep resizing because I keep switching from YouTube to Twitch. So, but I feel that the white herb
How's it going, dude?
The white herb on Neuven didn't really help, like in my opinion. Yeah. So Chris did well to preserve the. Are you able to see the video on stream? Hopefully you can.
That did a lot of damage for just volt switching into the max.
Yeah.
Damn.
So the idea behind the white herb on Neuven, right, is that if Regieleki goes for Electro Web, then Neuven will safely set up Tailwind. Because it will outspeed Groudon and Cinderace. Yeah. So game 1, game 1, I think Chris managed to use the Dynamax Primarina to good effect. And I think the Primarina was holding the Assault Vest, so like team couldn't do enough damage to it. It's interesting that the Neuven went for Draco Meteor and then the White Herb. My computer is lagging. It's interesting that the White Herb actually activated and he was able to go for another full power Draco Meteor. So that's very unique. Then for games 2 and 3, like long story short, the team was able to set up Trick Room, and then you see even with a Dynamax Cinderace, he was able to just take it down with Choice Band Darmanitan. Yeah, so props to team for a good game plan. Yeah, making sure that his Tailwind is up and he used it to good effect. Oh. Oh yeah, do you see that? Jigs, do you see that? Wait, do you disappear? Oh crap, I muted myself.
Tragic. I was
no.
wondering what was going on.
Yeah. Do you see that?
Well, it happens.
Do you see the
Yeah,
Cinderace go for Flare Blitz onto a Darmanitan went for Flare Blitz onto Cinderace. That was mental. Oh, I think I pressed the shift button, yeah, so I muted myself.
Types makes sense.
Say again?
The Cinderace is pretty likely to change types, right?
Oh, that's true. I don't remember what type the Cinderace was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, that's why. That's true. But then, moreover, the Flare Blitz from Darmanitan was boosted by the sun, because Groudon came in earlier.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. So.
And honestly, that even like if it's not very effective damage.
Oh, I realized that I muted Discord, but then the stream could still hear me.
Yeah.
So overall, like I think like somehow, you know, the Groudon didn't really help Chris, in my opinion. And then that's how team was able to win.
Yeah, I mean Tim had a lot of special attackers. He had Politoed. Yeah, there's a lot Tim had for Groudon.
Yeah. And then like bringing the Groudon together with Primarina, it sort of, you know, contradicts itself. Like then, like if you want to max Primarina do as much damage as possible, you kind of hinder it, because it's usually getting the most out of its max Geyser.
Yeah, I mean on the other hand, you can Aqua Jet the Groudon. Maybe that's where.
That's so interesting. Can probably do that in the future.
Yeah.
There was an interesting set in the women's tournament. I think it just concluded. But one player actually built a team around Weakness Policy Groudon, and then he used Suicune to surf. You know, you surf in sun. Yeah, and like Suicune was also a very reliable way of setting Tailwind for the Groudon.
Yeah, I was trying Weakness Policy Groudon a while back with Comfey. It was alright.
Oh, interesting. Man, you really love your Comfey and Groudon Kyogre strats.
I mean, Priority Grass is good, man.
True. Yeah. Okay, so congrats to Tim for winning this match. Like when he
Yeah.
when he posted the result, he said that his hands were still shaking. So I
Tim
think
for champion.
yeah, he deserves that win. And it's another case of not bringing your restricted mon, like how Saber did it, right? Yeah, see, Saber didn't bring his restricted mon and managed to win the match. It shows how I really like this about the draft league. It shows that
Yeah.
with prep you're able to overcome the matchup. Then our last match to cover for today will be Carl's match. I believe a lot of you tuned in when Carl streamed. I think he streamed last night, right? And that was quite exciting too, because it's Carl versus Ro. Two of our awesome people from our Discord.
Yeah, Ro's been a long time member.
Yeah. Do you watch it? I'm trying to remember what happened.
I haven't seen this one yet. I think this is one of the ones I'm gonna watch, like, probably as soon as we wrap up stream.
Okay,
So,
cool. Yeah, and it's also a Evaltao match, so you will definitely watch it, right?
burp.
Crazy, it's like, so this is the fourth time Evaltao is winning this week. Brings it up to a
Bacon
total of
Gang.
8 wins for Evaltao, right? Oh, I remember now. Okay, I remember now, Carl. I remember. You know what he did? He led with Subet and Evaltao.
Nice.
I would say it's kind of big brain. And then it just so happens Ro went for the trick room setup, right? So he went with Indidi and Dialga to try and set up trick room. So he went for follow me trick room, but Subet had imprison and trick room. So Subet imprisoned the trick room and then Yveltal just kept spamming Snarl. So that put Carl in such a huge advantage from the get-go. Then
That sounds right.
yeah, and nothing really could switch into a Snarl, right? Like if he had Drift Blim in the back, then Urshifu also didn't really stand a chance, right? So it's because Subet could easily go for Tailwind. Yeah.
These are some of the really good things about Yveltal right now. Like, you can run support with it, you can run offense with it. You don't really have to sacrifice much to run both with just Snarl, and on top of that, it has really good matchups against a lot of the other restricted mods and a lot of the stuff that's just good in the meta, like Urshifu.
Yeah, that's crazy. Bacon Bird too OP.
True OP.
Then what else? Like, it's so interesting.
brought-
He brought a Subet with Expanding Force, Trick Room, Tailwind, and Imprison. So that's a very unique
Was you
set.
running Iron Ball on it? Because
Ooh.
Expanding Force doesn't get the boost if you're flying.
Oh, but it doesn't matter though. You just have to imprison Indidi's Expanding Force, right?
Oh, that's interesting.
Cool, right? So big brain. So yeah, and then Carl easily took game 1. So game 2 he tried to switch it up. I think he Dynamaxed Lapras, I don't remember, but Ro was able to win game 2. And then game 3, interestingly, they went for the same leads, like Yveltal, Subet against Dialga, Indidi. So it's like mind games again. Do you go for the Imprison or not? Or do you go for the Trick Room on Dialga? Yeah. Then I think I didn't have time to watch the whole match, so my memory is slipping me. But I think I don't remember how Carl won the last match. Lando, he said Lando.
Oh, yeah, maxing Lando into Dialga is probably really good.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. See, Carl, I told you that Lando is important for your team. Because all the time, Carl wanted to trade Lando for Weezing. Yeah, and then Lando seems to be helping so much for both of his matches in week 1 and week 2.
Weezing's so good though, he has the Gigas.
True. I feel that Weezing has been really hard. Sorry, Weezing and Regigigas, from my point of view, has been very hard to bring though. For my first 2 weeks of match, like yeah, That's because in this meta, you are like the meta is generally very steel heavy, so it's not very healthy for Regigigas if I always want to go for full powered max strikes. Yeah, but hopefully,
And also, like, yeah.
I was saying hopefully I can bring it next match against Sweet. So
Yeah, I was
see
gonna
how it
say,
goes.
like, another issue with Regigigas is in draft format. It's like that's a very like prominent and very telegraphed combo, and it's like if you see that in your opponent's team, like you have to be able to bring something against it. So almost everyone you play is probably gonna have something for it.
Yeah, that's true. So that's very very tough. Like, you know, I thought drafting Regigigas will make my team very OP.
Yeah, I thought so too, but like, you know, it's something you have to like kind of play around, you know?
Yeah.
You really have to identify what your opponent might have against it before you bring it.
Yep. Well said. So, yeah, that's all for all our matches. For the armor group, congrats to Carl, Chasing, and
Nice,
yeah.
Carl.
What did Carl say?
Reggie this week, I guess, was a payback bot to pick up KOs.
Oh yeah. He told when he on stream he said like he did the calcs, and I've never thought of payback on my Regigigas before, so I will keep that in consideration because I'm going up against a Calyrex Ice next week. This is very interesting. Going for payback, and Regigigas has like impressive bulk as well. Right?
Yeah,
and he only
it
has
does.
one
And
weakness.
that gets. I don't think the bulk gets impeded by slow start at all, too.
Oh. Wow. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Yeah. Nice. Thanks for the ideas.
Oh, I mean the bulk payback definitely does.
Yeah. I'm saying like to musical. Thanks to Carl. Thanks for the idea. Hopefully I'll see if it works. Oh no, Sweet is in chat, right? I'm like revealing everything to Sweet now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, buds, leak all your strats.
Yeah. It's gonna be so interesting, yeah. Cause I really think that Sweet's team, his draft came out to be very, very strong. Yeah.
Sweets? Yeah, I mean,
with the Pheromosa, yeah, Calyrex and Pheromosa, that's crazy. And then even with Lapras is doing so well in the current meta game. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Like, and especially in draft where not everyone's gonna have Rillaboom.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the big issue with the Lapras.
Oh no, my only grass type is Gorgeist. And it won't do enough damage to Lapras, so I really need to find a way to go around it.
Yeah. I mean, I can see something you can do, but I'm not gonna look at that because I'm a homie.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. I'll let you know after stream.
Cool, thanks. So on the screen now, you guys can see I came up with something different this week. I didn't have time to do what I did last week. So what I did last week was I listed down all the mons in winning teams and all the mons in losing teams, and then I sorted them so that you can see how many mons were in winning teams. And I didn't have time to do that this week. So this week I did something special, which is to take everybody's usage stats, because I asked for your mons that you brought to your games. Instead of the mons in team preview, I'm talking about the mons that you brought to your games. So some mons are seeing higher usage because they, based on different factors, like the players tend to bring them more, and also the mons tend to go to game trees. So
yes,
yeah, here we are seeing the everything collated into one spreadsheet. Actually, you guys have access to it. If you scroll all the way to the right, you will see a tab called Week 2 Recap ? Then this will be updated live because every time I get usage stats from you guys, the spreadsheet will compute it itself to see like how many times each mon was used, and I think this is quite interesting. So obviously we see Calyrex, and I haven't scrolled down yet, so we are also gonna see Yveltal, like no surprise, right?
Bacon Bird.
Where's Yveltal? Here we go, 21. So
Like, I can't speak for everyone else with the Yveltal teams, but like I know I've been bringing Yveltal to almost every matchup, but I also feel like I haven't been that like biased with my picks for every week. I think the only mon I haven't brought between like these 2 weeks has been Blastoise for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you personally though, I forgot to tell you also, that I found it very impressive that you managed to bring almost all your mons, right, into week 1 and week 2. Because I saw the summary page, and some of your mons are actually not conventional mons like Cofagrigus and Flareon, and it's very impressive that you were still able to give them a place in your team.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually end up bringing Flareon to week 1. Well, like in game, although I brought it. I'm not sleeping on Blastoise, it just hasn't come up yet.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's fair.
I was gonna bring it for this week, but it just turned out that Cofagrigus was better.
I see. Nice. Ooh, both mons have like something good to do with their defense, right?
Yeah.
Nice. So if you guys are interested, you can look at this. You can refer to the spreadsheet yourselves. But let's go through what's interesting in every tier then. So in the restricted tier, okay, I think this will show everybody, right? Let me check. Yeah. So we have Calyrex Ice and Yveltal at number 1 usage. Followed by Kyogre. And
although I think, to be fair, like I think like players who have like Kyogre and Yveltal have been bringing them a lot. I think it's just Yveltal's been going for more game 3s.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that makes sense. Kyogres have I saw some Kyogre teams winning 2-0 cleanly.
Yeah.
True. Then at the same time, it seems like
the stats, like Xeno had a 2-1 this week. I had a 2-1 this week.
Yeah.
I think Carl had one. I think the only one left is
Carl and Carter. Yeah.
Yeah, Carter had one too. So all of us had 2-1s this week.
Oh, that's true. And same also goes to Calyrex Ice, right? So it seems like the people using Calyrex Ice also go to game 3 quite often.
Yeah.
So that's it for the restricted tier. Okay, I mean, I also want to mention Zacian, Calyrex Shadow, and and Solgaleo. So I feel like these mons are.
So Galio, yeah, Zacian's. Those are what, at least 15 each? Oh, Solgaleo is 12.
Yeah, I think Solgaleo, because I mean I have some part to play, right? Because I won both my matches with 2-0 victories. That I feel like I didn't deserve. Like it was all due to prep, and my opponent wasn't like he didn't he couldn't adapt to the surprises that I brought. Yeah, like week 1 I brought special Solgaleo, and then week 2 and week 2 I brought a Weezing just for a Colossal. So maybe Solgaleo would have had more usage if I went to game 3.
I mean, also, like, I feel like a lot of the Solgaleo matchups have been up against Xerneas so far, right? Like, I think we saw at least 2 this week.
Yeah, so it's quite an uneven. But that kind of shows that also goes to show that Solgaleo's typing is just so valuable for its team.
Yeah.
And another reason I highlighted these 3 mons is also to say that I feel like these 3 mons really have a place in the current metagame. Especially Zacian and Solgaleo. We are seeing a lot of usage in tournaments now. Like literally a lot of usage. Like Zacian and Lapras teams are really popping up. Yeah.
Although, quick fun fact, another reason why Sigalio's usage might be a little bit lower is I don't think we have a Sigalio in Shield.
Ooh, that's true. Yeah. I was about to mention like can Solgaleo fight the Yveltal in terms of wins, but I saw Solgaleo lost a game in week 1 and not everybody drafted it, so yeah,
Yeah,
Yveltal is getting the
well,
upper hand.
Sigalio has maxed rock, but foul play from Yveltal does a lot to Sigalio.
Yeah, that's true. So next up we have the Gmax tier, right? And
Yes.
and Grimsnarl is the one with the highest usage. Sorry for my scroll.
Yeah, I don't know if Karibo's Grimmsnarl is his Gmax pick. I have a suspicion it is, but I know he's brought it both weeks, and that's seen a lot of usage on his team.
True. Let's quickly check then.
Yeah, that's his
it's a
Gmax.
Gmax, right? Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Then
Laz is another one with Grimmsnarl Gmax,
Oh,
and it looks
and-
like he's brought it both weeks too.
yeah, I think Les would definitely use the Grimsnarl very well, cause
Yeah.
Les is a player that favors bulky teams. Yeah,
Yeah, I can totally see that.
nice.
EB, let's see. EB didn't play last week, but he brought it this week. And the last Grimmsnarl is on Matthew's team, who brought it,
Yeah,
want to say twice. He brought it this week. Yeah, twice. Yeah, everyone knows. It's because it's just a great support, and it's probably going to come just almost every matchup on teams that have it.
yep. But evidently from the stats we see, oh wait, let me look for the other Grimsnarl.
Ah,
Do you see it?
yeah, it's
Oh, yes.
yeah,
8.
it's,
There are 8 there.
yeah,
So-
it's been brought to 8 matchups from the S tier, which is still a lot considering I don't think it's been picked up in S tier from every group.
Oh, I see. Because I want to say that like 8 plus 14, right, is 22. So that's more than Yveltal.
Yeah, that's more than. Yeah, it's because when you have a good support like Grimmsnarl, you probably want it almost always.
Nice. Yeah, good point. I was wondering why only 14. Then I forgot that, people also drafted Grimsnarl in S tier. I think that's a good,
Yeah,
a very valuable mon to pick up in the S tier. Yeah.
like just looking at some of the players with it, Barodad brought S tier Grimmsnarl twice for both of his matchups.
Yeah.
Not sure who else
True.
has it.
So
It was like it was drafted in armor.
I see. So enough about Grimsnarl. I think
Okay.
Urshifu and Cinderace deserve some mention as well in the Gmax tier.
Yeah. Urshifu is very common right now, and it just hits like a truck. It's very good to just bring in the back.
Yep. So I think it seems to
And-
both Urshifu and Cinderace seem to be finding good value in this draft league meta.
Yeah, like Cinderace can change its type, and that is very valuable. How much has it been brought in from the S tier for both these picks?
I
Or
think
from-
I think only Zeno drafted Cinderace in the S tier.
Oh, that's fair.
So yeah, let me check. Yeah, there's only one Cinderace in the S tier in Crown group. So Zeno contributes to that Cinderace usage.
Yep.
And your S tier, you only have one S tier pick, so it seems to be very precious to a lot of our players.
Yeah, I mean, but still or bringing Cinderace 4 times for just Xeno.
Yeah.
That's every one of his matches but one. So he's getting a ton of value out of that pick.
Nice.
Ace
And
Ace.
some side. Oh yeah, he really likes Ace. Okay, some side mentions here will be Lapras with 10 and Rillaboom with 7. So it's quite surprising to see Gmax Rillaboom not brought to a lot of matchups.
I've just done that
I
relevant
mean
style.
Rillaboom in general though. So you know in the VGC ladder maybe Rillaboom sees more usage because Kyogre is more common, whereas in Draft League maybe not. So it's a total of 11 Rillabooms only brought to games, and that's way less than you see. Like even Cinderace, Gmax alone is 11, and then Rillaboom you need both Gmax and S tier to make up 11.
Yeah, and like even Urshifu single strike is higher
Yeah,
usage.
that's interesting. So let's move on to the S tier now, and the top mons will be whoa. Scroll down, and you'll see Indeedee at 16, doubling the usage of Incineroar.
Like, yeah, that's interesting, but not totally surprising. I
True,
think
yeah, not
Indeedee
surprising at all.
every single. Yeah, I think Indeedee went in every single group, but I'm not totally sure Incineroar went in every group.
Oh, that's true. Let's check.
Hasn't Incineroar. I
Only
think
the first three groups drafted Incin, whereas the last group, Armor group, no one drafted Incin.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that's actually more than I thought.
true. And everybody drafted Dragapult and Indeedee.
Anyone want to donate me a redirection? I can't trade with you, Zeno, and I'm not giving up my Tangela. He's a good boy.
Yeah, Zeno really needs redirection on his team.
Yeah.
I was saying Dragapult was drafted in all the groups, but we were only seeing 3 Dragapults brought into games. That's crazy, yeah. Strange though, like is it because there's Regieleki in the game, or is it because like the restricted mons really hinder Dragapult? Maybe.
I mean, I'd lean towards the second option because I don't see Lucky doing much to
yeah, true.
much to Dragapult
So
with.
it has to be the matchup issue, right? So I think maybe Dragapult is not matching up well in this current meta game in Series 8.
Although that's a little strange too, because there's a lot of restricteds that are just like Dragon or Psychic, which Dragon Ghost is pretty good against when you outspeed. And like, you know, if you get a weakness policy proc off, you're probably doing enough damage.
True, that's very interesting. But the numbers don't lie, so we are seeing Dragapult only at 3 usage.
Maybe it's just had bad matchups so far.
True, yeah, maybe it's just the matchups. Then, as usual, we see Clefairy with 8. So, yeah, so the redirection mons in S tier are doing very well. See a lot of usage. Then,
yes, actually, what I'm excited to get to is the B tier redirection.
True. Let's move on to the A tier then.
Yeah, I mean, just continuing with the redirection in S tier, we have Clefairy with 8, we have Indeedee with 16, what's Togekiss at?
Togekiss. Man, where's Togekiss? Wow, where did Togekiss go?
Hang on.
Oh, only at 1 in S tier, just above Tyranitar. So I think people find more value in Indeedee and Clefairy as an S tier pick.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Yeah. And not everybody drafted Togekiss, so...
Yeah, it didn't go in every...
There was only 1. So, only 1 person in the Armor group drafted Togekiss, which is Tim.
Yeah,
who is
fair.
Tim. So that's fair. Then, back to the A tier, we are seeing Primarina with the highest usage. One of Kuribo's favorite mons, right?
Which is... Yeah, I know Kuribo's brought it twice.
Yep.
It's a very good mon. It's like a very offensive water and fairy type, which is very valuable in draft.
I personally really stand by Primarina being a solid, like the best A tier pick in our draft league format. Cause Primarina hits Yveltal for super effective.
It's a very good one though. Like, that thing is nuts.
Yeah. Then with the right support, Like you can
Oh,
take advantage
dumb
of
as-
Primarina's very high special attack stat as well.
You're welcome, Zeta. Have
I'll
you
never
been
forget.
using that?
Ooh.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Pocket
god.
with the Primarina as his mascot pick. Yeah, he brought it 5 times.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I'm dumb. Karibo has melodic this time around.
Yeah, but
Primarina.
I know that Kuribo really loves Primarina.
Yeah, I know he loves it. It's it's a great mon.
Then the second
I know
highest.
we were both gunning for it with different teams we were prepping.
Yeah, okay. So the second highest usage is Landerus, all thanks to Carl.
Oh lord.
At 11 times brought to games. Someone else
How much
also
is-
drafted.
Carl brought it.
I think he brought his Landerus to every game that he played.
That's nuts, man.
Which is very impressive because we never see we see Landerus incarnate used so rarely in the series
Yeah,
meta.
really.
So
I mean, it
that,
has a good typing, and I think with the special version, it actually has its stabs, right?
yep, it
maybe
does.
not
I don't know whether it has max airstream. I don't think so. So
Yeah.
and I also see Carl using Landerus as a physical mon. So that's very
Oh, that's very-
interesting. Yeah, that's very very interesting. Taking advantage of the Sand Force ability.
Who else has incarnate? Wait, what?
Let's check.
Uh,
Ooh, okay, there were 3 drafted though. I think the typing is really good. And having to go for a max airstream helps the team. So everybody drafted there's one from each group except for your group, the shield group.
Okay. Hang on, let me see exactly who.
Nice.
I'm not seeing one in Crown.
I'm
Am
curious.
I looking
to
at
see-
what tier? What tier is it? A?
A tier, yeah.
Strange, I'm
Crown.
not seeing it. Maybe I'm just blind.
Let me try and find it.
Control F.
Oh,
Wait.
okay. No, it's with Sweet. Landerus is with Sweet.
Oh, I am looking at the wrong row.
And
I was
he
looking at
Dynamax.
the tier.
Oh yeah, we're talking about A tier now, yeah. Yeah, he Dynamax Landerus, right? Oh no, he didn't. But he brought Landerus for his match.
So it's Swede and Sync who have the other two.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's impressive and very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Then, Primarina and Comfy were both drafted, right, in every group. But then Comfy is seeing less usage.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I brought it once, so that might be contributing to that.
True, yeah. That's interesting though. Then, maybe, I think the reason why you're not bringing Comfy is that you expect your opponent to be well prepared for it.
Yeah. Well.
I don't know, we'll see how things go. Yeah, but based on the numbers, you guys are not bringing it much. And I'm looking at
Yeah.
you too, Carl. That's interesting.
He's a good boy.
Yeah.
He's just sitting
What else
very
is
threatened.
notable?
I hatched a shiny one. He's dope.
Cool. What else
Yeah.
is notable in A tier? Maybe
Else is
I would
notable.
say Tapu Lele, Memo Swine, and Mimikyu. Yeah. So
Yeah. Mimikyu, great one.
yeah,
That's one that I was
it's
eyeing.
been helping a few teams successfully get Trick Room up. So I think that's a good pick for them.
Yeah. I mean, Togedemaru and Arc9 have good usage too.
Oh, okay, that's true. Yeah, that's interesting. Then-
Gyarados.
Tapu Lele is also interesting because you don't see it often, and I think maybe people are really how do I say, like, valuing Tapu Lele for its terrain.
Yeah, Psychic Terrain is massive, especially when you have a bunch of Psychic type legendaries that just,
Yeah, and also you stop like fake out or priority moves, and it helps a lot.
Yep.
So yep. Alright, now we are on to the B tier, and let's look for the redirection ones.
Hang on.
It'll be
There's a glaring very well brought mod near the top there.
yeah. Alright, let's talk about that first. It's in your team, right?
Raikou is on my team now.
Nice, yeah. That's really impressive, and I think it's very well recognized from the players who drafted Raikou that it's a very good, it's a very solid B tier.
It's a very good, and I
Nice.
think that's one of the ones we're gonna look at buffing to A tier for next.
True.
Uh,
Yeah.
That thing is nuts in B.
Yeah. So hopefully it's been helping all the players win their matches as well.
Been helping me.
Yeah.
Snarl is
But that's a very good observation there. Like Raikou
being
is
immune is good.
being immune to what? Oh, fake out.
Fake
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's very impressive. Where did Togeki's go? Oh, sorry, Togetic.
Togekick?
Yeah, where's Togetic?
I know the redirects were near the end. Probably.
Oh, okay, here we go. 8 in usage. That's impressive. Yeah, that's a good showing for Togetic. And
Wait, it has 8?
yeah.
Bruh. I am accounting for all of Tangela's usage.
Oh yeah, is that you alone? Where's Tangela? Yeah, 2. Only at 2. 2 brought to games. Alright. Torracat's at 3 is not bad. Bolton is
That's
interesting.
actually insane that Togekick or Tangela was drafted like uniformly across all groups, and I'm the only one who's brought it to a single game.
Yeah, what the hell? That's strange. Well, that might mean that the other players find that Tangela is very threatened in their matchups.
Might be true. I don't know. I think it's bulkier than people are giving it credit for.
True, yeah. Let's see
Like in the
how
match
things go in the next 2 weeks. Whether more people bring their Tangelas or not.
I know in my match against who was it? First week. Yeah, against Jaybuchi, he had getting through that Tangela was really difficult for him.
True.
The thing was
That's
taking
nice.
hits from Zacian.
Nice. Oh yeah, Kuribo's also saying that. Yeah, he said that since planning, right? Raikou is too good for B tier.
Yeah, I
Alright.
mean,
Good to know.
who's drafted? It's a gem.
Let's see. Anything else that's notable in B tier? Luxray has 6. So Luxray is not too bad. Then
I know Kuribo is accounting for a lot of that.
oh nice. Yeah, and so did I. I brought Luxray
Yeah.
this week. Just for Intimidate. So yeah, so
Um,
there's Luxray, Togetic,
Alolan
Luxray. Yeah, and Raichu.
Raichu.
That's true. Yeah, that's interesting too.
Yeah.
Did everybody draft it? I know that Adam dropped his Raichu for Torracat,
Yes.
but it does
Actually,
make sense.
Ones that might get buffed. Meowstic Male is kind of a gem.
In B tier, right? I agree.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like, this thing is
A lot of people
It's
have been
basically-
bringing it,
slightly different coverage.
and yeah, that's true. The only thing it doesn't get is what doesn't it get? I think it doesn't get Scary Face, but it still gets access to Thunder Wave.
Thunder
Yeah, so that's
and it
good.
gets which Grimmsnarl doesn't.
I feel like what's missing in Meowstic is that it can get taunted. Whereas Grimmsnarl, yeah, it's rarer to get for Grimmsnarl to get Prankster taunted. So yeah, Grimmsnarl has the upper hand against Meowstic, but I would still say that Meowstic is still a valuable mon in the B tier.
Yeah, it's extremely valuable.
Nice.
Like, having that support, it's really not surprising.
And from the
Brought
numbers,
so much.
we are also seeing its value, right? That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm interested in, like, I wonder why. Oh, okay. I was thinking why, like, the numbers keep dwindling down, but that's because not many people bring their C tiers into the game. Yeah, and even
Oh,
prepare
yeah,
it for the
that's fair.
week. Like, we have seen some players
Like,
with, they just draft their top 6 mons and then they bring them in in every team, right? Just the top 6
yeah.
mons. Yeah.
Although it's interesting seeing what is being brought. Like Altaria being brought is cool.
Yeah.
Like Coffee Greek is being brought is.
Okay, there's one mon with the highest number of usage, and that's Galate, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Galate is really interesting. Apparently that's
Seven
been
is not. Uh, it's quite a significant number in C tier. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, the only one that comes close, like or the only other one that's like more than 3 is like Armaldo and Thwacky.
And Obstagoon.
Oh,
Obstagoon.
Frost.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's nothing much else to say for the C tier, I guess. But
Yeah.
having to see a lot of Galates is interesting, and I feel I have some ideas for that. Like, Galate is useful with imprison and trick room, and then
It also gets justified. If you
yeah,
have a beat up.
yeah, and also it gets like helping hand and all the um, small support moves that like we see Gardevoir use sometimes. So that's
Yep.
kind of cool. Alright. So yeah, I think that's all from us.
It's actually really good for the C tier. Basically Death Squaps, but less tanky.
Who was that?
Coffee Greek is.
Oh, okay, yeah. Copper Griggers with three mons brought to games.
That's probably entirely me from this week, to be honest.
Yeah. Because my opponent didn't bring his Copper Griggers to his game.
Yeah.
Interesting. Cool. I'm excited to see like how the spreadsheet that we're looking at, how it progresses through the weeks all the way to the finals of our draft league.
Yep.
Yeah, like we might see this Yveltal number going to 50. You never know.
Oh,
Do you expect it? Chat, what do you think? Do you think this Yveltal's number will go past 50? Yeah. Please, if you are in YouTube, also comment down below. Will this Yveltal number go to 50?
I can influence this. I can drop it, man.
You can.
I
expect it to go to 50 because
Well,
why do you want to drop Yveltal though? What a troll.
no, I mean I can drop the usage. I cannot bring it to
Okay, that's quite impressive. Yeah. But really, I think it's gonna go past 50. Yeah.
It might. Not gonna lie.
So I think next week I will spend a bit more time to collate the mons that won games. Then we can see how powerful like some of our mons can get. Because like last week Yveltal and Cinderace were even, but I think this week Yveltal surpasses Cinderace.
Yes, that's a challenge. We're not bringing you medal this week.
Ooh. Are you willing to take up that challenge? Seeing that
I'm just kidding. I'm not actually
Ha.
not bringing you
Ha.
medal against Kyogre. That's too hard a match.
yeah, that's true. But the thing is,
I
seeing that
shut up.
everybody is like putting so much value in their Yveltal, like I really think this is gonna be a huge challenge to not bring your Yveltal in the next week. Wow, Zeno is up for it. No more Yveltal.
Oh my god, you absolute Chad.
Yeah, mad lad.
I'm sorry.
I can't wait to see. Oh, your resolve is weak. Let's see how things go in week 3 then.
If I can at all, I will. Alright, that's the best I'll give you.
Yeah. That's
I ain't gonna throw.
So that's it. Thanks a lot to Jiggly for joining me. This was really awesome. This was so fun.
Yeah.
Talking about all the matchups and talking about usage. I think we're still waiting on one more match for Armor Group. Hopefully Mafia, like doesn't get too tied down with school. But if not, I believe all the other pairings for week 3 are live. So good luck to everybody for your week 3 match.
Yeah, GLHF, y'all.
And I also want to mention that if you are 0-2, you actually still have a chance to get to top cut. But you know, your back is against the wall, so you have to win the next 2 matches. But I believe we can see some players with 0-2 records getting into top cut. And who doesn't want to see like a Cinderella story, right? Like going 0-2 and then winning everything all the way to the finals. That would be really impressive.
Yeah, just get the anime moment.
Yeah. So to you guys out there, you guys still stand a chance. So please play on, and we'll see how things go.
Yep.
So yeah, that's all I have to say. Congrats again to the people who managed to win weeks 1 and 2 in a row, because you are 99% guaranteed top cut. So the next few matches will be for seeding. So I would expect like everybody to still do their best to try and win games.
Yeah, I'm going for the skip that one round.
Nice. Same for me.
I am.
I know I am too.
Yeah.
I know Zeno is too. But
I want to see all the metal teams on there. That would be just so funny.
True, yeah.
No thoughts.
Empty about gone from. Okay. I don't know whether Zeno is on the I don't know whether Zeno is on the same page as us. So okay. Thanks again, Jigs, and thanks for you guys for watching. This has been our week 2 highlights show.